Islam. Okay. So, this is a letter issued by Brother A. Moreland El, Assistant Grand Sheikh of the MSTA, Temple number 24. And it is dated, what date is July 26th, 2004. Okay, July 26th, 2004. It's addressed to the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America, care of the Grand National Secretary, address as given, and it goes in. Islam. First and foremost, we rise to give praise to Allah, who alone guides the destiny of this divine and national movement. We give the most high honors to the holy and divine national prophet, Noble Drew Ali, who instructed us to obey his laws. While investigating our governmental situation, we find neither the Supreme Grand Council nor the Sheikhs of subordinate Temple number 1 understand what their function is in the Moorish Science Temple of America. Subordinate Temple number 1 thinks it is the Supreme Grand Council, and the Supreme Grand Council doesn't know what it is, due to the fact that neither Brother Braswell Bey nor most other members of the Supreme Grand Council has communicated with the head of Temple number 24, nor any other members of the Grand Body in efforts to correct the problems. We are putting each and every one of you on the hot seat right now. We are calling on each of you to stop being Moriscos. Stand up for the Prophet. Make noise quoting the Prophet's laws. We give honors to Brother Jackson Bey in Nashville for communicating with us and making his thoughts known. We give honors to Brother Gates Bey in Atlanta for communicating his thoughts. We give honors that is due to those members of the Grand Body who are at least considering standing up for the Prophet's laws. May Allah give you the courage to demonstrate. Praise Allah that there is one member of the Supreme Grand Council that is standing tall for the Prophet's laws. And of course, he is being persecuted for it. Praise Allah for him. May Allah continue to give him strength and courage to demonstrate and help him to grow and unfold Moorishly. May Allah bless him forever. His name is Brother D. Bailey L., Supreme Grand Governor. Let us hear what he has to say. These are his words. For the past 2 years, I have seen many indications that Temple number 1 in Chicago, Illinois, is in a moral and financial crisis, and that a major cover-up is being perpetrated upon the members of Temple number 1 and the Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America. We are on a divine mission, and we find ourselves unable to charge full speed ahead. If we stop and think, as our divine prophet Noble Drew Ali would have us to do, we should be able to see that our leadership at the highest levels is morally and financially bankrupt. I do not apologize for the negative things that I have said about subordinate Temple number 1 or Braswell Bey, because I was simply trying to get the Grand Body and members of Temple number 1 to see that Braswell Bey has led the Supreme Grand Council and Temple number 1 into moral and financial bankruptcy. According to the dictionary, someone or something is bankrupt when one or more of the following conditions exist. 1. Someone or something is depleted. 2. Someone or something is destitute. 3. Someone or something is broken. 4. Someone or something is ruined. 5. Someone or something is impoverished. 6. Someone or something is in a state of utter failure. Now, let's look at some of the conditions that exist relative to Braswell Bey and subordinate Temple number 1 to determine in science the extent of their moral and financial bankruptcy. Number 1. Temple number 1 has utterly failed to comply with Act number 5 of the additional laws, as evidenced by the fact that rarely are there any Moorish American children in attendance at Sunday school. This has been caused by Braswell Bey's failure to lead by example. Number 2. The general laws issued by our prophet on October 17, 1928 have been broken, as evidenced by members of Temple Number 1 being told from the podium that they can't imitate our prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Number 3. Temple Number 1 has been operating in the red on a monthly basis for years, and Temple Number 1 uses funds that should be in a separate bank account as the Grand Treasury to pay its monthly operating expenses due to the fact that all surplus Temple Number 1 bank account funds have long been depleted. Temple Number 1 is bankrupt. Number 4. Our confidence in Braswell Bey to speak the truth has been totally ruined by his continually making false statements to members of the grand body. The most recent example was his telling a grand sheik that the reason Temple Number 1's charter says it is a subordinate temple, is because a charter had been stolen and he is using a replacement charter. SGS. Anyway, number 5. The Grand Treasury funds were to be removed from Temple Number 1's bank account. There's the Temple, and there's the Temple Treasury, Grand Temple Treasury, okay? Grand Treasury. Anyway, Temple Number 1 would find itself to be destitute for finance. You must understand the extent to which Braswell Bey has spent funds from the existing bank account. Temple Number 1 has no money in the bank. Number 6. The moral impoverishment of Braswell Bey surfaced when he held a secret council meeting, removed Brother A. Lane L. as an alternate on the Supreme Grand Council, replaced Lane L. with Brother J. Dunn L., and failed to remove Brother Dunn L. when he was presented with unquestionable evidence that Brother Dunn L. is currently listed by the Chicago Police Department on their sex offender registry. Braswell Bey's moral impoverishment or depravity continues to be demonstrated by the fact that he still uses this Moor as a Sunday school teacher. Does this Moor pose an imminent danger to our sisters and children? Would you want your spouse, sister, or children to be alone in a building with a known sex offender? Where is Braswell Bey's morality? It is wonderful to know that there is at least one member of the Supreme Grand Council who fears Allah, and not Braswell Bey, and will sacrifice the utmost of his very life to protect the Prophet and his movement. We all have a lot of work to do. All members of the Grand Body should be aware that charges have been filed with the Secretary against Brother E. Braswell Bey and Brother J. Dunn L. by Brother D. Bailey L. for violation of the Prophet's laws. Every sheik in the movement needs to request copies of these charges, and if you don't already have them, request the charges filed by Brother A. Lane L. against Brother Braswell Bey from the Secretary, because at convention, officially filed charges must be the first order of business. Peace. Brother A. Moreland L., Assistant Grand Sheik, and his carbon copy to a list of people that you can see there.